Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Rage Quit here. This is a new type of video. I'm doing like a mini rant, like game rant. Not This is not it's Rage Quit's gaming hot takes. Hopefully I can make another video on that in the future. I got another video planned, but I don't know if that's ever gonna come out because it's gonna be a huge project. And honestly, I don't even know if my phone's gonna be able to run that. So, yeah. But basically, today I'm gonna just be talking about, just Enlisted is destroying itself. All right, and I know that sounds like an absurd claim, but like you have to hear me out on what I'm gonna say. All right. So my reason number one on why Enlisted is destroying itself is because of the brand new desertion penalty system. And if you don't know what this is, consider yourself lucky because tons of people are getting them. But what it is it's just a new system that's meant to not per se to stop people from doing it, but discouraging people from leaving matches early. Because honestly, that was a big problem because a lot of lobbies, were full of people. They were at like their max capacity, but then when one team starts losing, a ton of people from that team start leaving. Now, the penalties aren't extreme, so that's why I say it's not trying to stop them from leaving the match, but it's instead trying to discourage them. Enlisted is a game about grinding, and it's taking the grinding aspect out of the game because it's, taking the XP from the people. Now, I don't have a problem with this system. Honestly, I think it's genius. And it's a great way to discourage people from, leaving matches when their team is losing. But the thing is it backfires and it ruins everyone's game. Some people have crappy Wi-Fi, or maybe they don't, and they just get kicked from their lobby just because, I don't know, maybe their internet goes out for a second. And that has happened to me. And I completely leave the match, and that would mean that I would get a penalty. Also, let's say you're playing hardcore mode and you call in an airstrike and it kills too many of your teammates, or just maybe not even an airstrike. Maybe just at some point you end up accidentally killing too many of your teammates. You're going to get kicked, and guess what? You're going to get a penalty. Let's say you get kicked from a server. You're also going to get a penalty. The system works, but it works in ways it's probably not intended to. So hopefully the development team can actually fix that. But that's basically all I have to say on the new system. So on to my next point. All right, so if you've played Enlisted and you've seen the patch notes, you have definitely seen making Enlisted a better place. And essentially what they do, from what I can remember, is they patch some bugs and, well, they make the community better. They maybe nerf a gun that everyone's complaining about, or they buff a gun that everyone's complaining about. But usually when they actually change something about a gun or a tank or a plane, it's because people are complaining about it. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a good thing for the developers to listen to the community, because honestly, more companies need to do that. But the thing is the complaining. That's the problem. All right, now it's okay to have a complaint or two, but I'm talking about the crybabies of the Enlisted forum, okay? This entire segment revolves around the Enlisted forum. So when I say community, I'm talking about the community that's on the Enlisted forum, not like just in the game. So that's why earlier I said the in-game community, because I'm not talking about the Enlisted forum. All right. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Genuinely, 80% of the community are crybabies, okay? Now, there's a big difference between, having your complaints and being a crybaby. Because being a little bit of a complainer, honestly, you're giving your input, and you're saying, oh, this gun, is too overpowered, you know, take it down a notch, all right? Or this tank, it does way too much damage. I think the shells for like the AP shells, I think those are overpowered. Maybe nerf them. But the crybabies, huge difference, and this is where it comes in.
That gun is overpowered. You need to remove it from the game and ban the gray zone campers and remove that tank. The game is unplayable. I keep getting killed by the same gun every single time I die. Remove it from the game.
One, I'm sorry for hurting everyone's ears on that. And two, that is exactly the kind of stuff that a crybaby says. And mainly, the game is unplayable. All right, they love throwing that one out there. Now, they don't always say the game is unplayable. They always have some kind of form of saying it differently so it doesn't sound like they're trying to be a crybaby, but they are, okay? And they're literally all they do is just sit on the Enlisted forum and complain about this and that and this and that. And the problem is that the developers actually listen to them, and they waste their money, they waste their time, just putting so much into this to make it a personalized experience for only the crybabies. And they are, honestly, it's the crybabies that are ruining the game. But in a way, it's kind of the developers for listening to them. But really, I have nothing but respect for the developers for actually listening to the community and stuff. But it'd be nice if they could spot out the crybabies who have a skill issue. Yes, I just said they have a skill issue because they do. They have a skill issue and they take it out on everything but themselves. Why? Because they're in denial of the fact that they have a skill issue. But that's all I'm going to say on this topic. Let's move on to the next because I don't have much time for the rest of the video because I didn't record much footage. But all right, we're wasting time. Get to the next. All right, time to address the elephant in the room. Greed. All right. Should have probably been my first point, but whatever. All right, greed. Greed is the number one thing that's ruining basically all the Gaijin games. War Thunder, Enlisted. I don't know about Crossout, but probably Crossout considering it's a Gaijin game. I think they made another game that I play. I don't know. Or that I played. I'm not a big fan of Gaijin just because they're so greedy. Now, I know you don't have to actually buy anything. You don't have to make microtransactions, but the game really pushes it on you to make microtransactions. And that's really evident with the gambling system. Yes, gambling. All right, people genuinely, I get it. They want to make jokes. Let's go gambling, because they have the new gambling stuff in Enlisted. I mean, that's been the game for a while, since I think last year at some point. I don't know. Or early this year. But it's gambling. And, it's going to make people want to buy actual in-game money so they can gamble. Or just buy a new squad or something. In my opinion, the greediest thing here is not the microtransactions. Well, I mean, it is. But really, it's the tech tree. The tech tree is designed for you to make microtransactions. Think of it. They lay all this stuff out in front of you. You could have anything you want. All these top tier weapons, all these premium deluxe squads, all at the price of sometimes $50. I'm not kidding. That's absurd. But all at the price of your wallet. All right. You can have anything you want. You just need to spend money on it. It'll make the game fun. And besides, you suck because you're not BR5. Just buy all these premium deluxe weapons and stuff. They're enticing you to buy. And that's the greediest part of it all. And as I said, I'm not going to touch too much on this because I could be here forever talking about Enlisted's greed problem. But you can definitely find videos on it. But that's it for the video. That's all my reasons. And speaking of videos, if you want to check out this stream, which, trust me, gets way better than what I've shown in the video. Like, this clip is sucked. Like, dude, I was absolutely buns this match. But anyway, if you want to go check that out, first link in the description. Go check out, like, my other streams. Genuinely, it'd help out a lot. But I'm going to catch y'all on the next. And peace.